we're doing potting on, which is a follow-up from the previous units we've been looking at, which is choosing tools and equipment, hygiene, and WHS. Today we will look at potting on, as I've said, and the reasons for doing it and how we actually physically do it.
Oh, there's a bee.
Beautiful, isn't it? Now, first of all, we've got to look at hygiene. For when we're potting on, very important. We're moving the root systems, we want to stress them out as least as possible. So we need to make sure we've got nice clean pots that we're going to pot onto. Do you remember what sort of disinfectant we used?
10% bleach
or metho.
Yep.
That's perfect. So we give them a good wash out in the soapy water, mild soapy water, and then we just spray them down with the disinfectant, and they're perfectly good to go. Great way to reuse pots and recycling.
Okay. So,
first of all, we have a plant here, typical plant from your greenhouse. Yep, and we need to look for reasons why it might need potting on, because we don't want to pot it on if it doesn't need to be, but if it does need to, it has to be done, and quite timely. So have a look and see what you would think there.
Oh, there's some roots coming out the bottom here.
Yep.
So that's a good sign, isn't it?
It is. Yep. As soon as those roots start to appear, we need to move them on so that we can get them out of the sunlight and give the roots extra room to grow.
Okay.
And the size of the pot is another big one. Are you aware from your experience of the size of pot to move up to? Or?
No, I'm not sure.
Okay. Typically we go for a 10% larger size pot.
Oh.
That gives the roots just enough room to expand, that gives them more aeration, gets more nutrient pickup, helps the plant stay healthy, and if it's not too big, the water won't just drain straight through. Okay. So it's again for the health of the plant.
So that one's too big then?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. So you can see if that goes in there, there'll be a lot of spare soil, wastage as well, but also you'll see that the water will just drain straight through and the root ball won't pick any up. Alternatively, in here, it's just a little bit of extra space for the roots to grow out into the soil. It'll get there immediately, support the soil and support the uptake of the nutrients and water and air, of course. So I'll just give you a quick demonstration on how to pot on.
Okay.
We have some potting mix here. And typically what we will do is just place them in the bottom of our clean pot. Probably about half full. What we're aiming for is the top of the plant to still be basically in the same position, just more soil around it. We don't want to get the stem wet, or we can get the stem rot and obviously disease from there. Let's take the plant out, gently invert, give a tap, a little squeeze if need be. Obviously the roots are a bit packed in there, so let's give them an extra squeeze. And out he comes, and we can see that he's already starting to get a bit root bound. So what we'll do is we'll just tease him out a little bit. Yep, get those roots just a little bit separated, not too much, we don't want to damage. And then we'll make sure that is sitting perfectly in position there. When we fill up, it will still be at the same level. We then backfill the areas. Oh, nice little row there. That'll be good for the soil there. We backfill through here. Make sure that we can get some nice moisture. We don't want to compact too much, so we also want to make sure that it is down the sides, and typically on a nice solid surface we just tap down nice and firmly. Need a little bit more in there, you can see it's dropped. These plants were clean when I put them in, but typically if you look at this one, some of them can have weeds and mosses on, so it's a good opportunity to clear the plants off and replace the topsoil there. So, that's perfect. Now, can you think of anything we're missing, possibly for a plant that's just been potted on?
Do we need to water it?
We'll need to water, and what else do plants need?
Fertiliser?
A fertiliser. This potting mix didn't come with any fertiliser in it,
Okay.
so you need to check the fertiliser you're using at work to make sure that it's either got it or not, and then substitute if you need to. Obviously you look at the rates to apply. I've done this one previously. It's 1 level of these teaspoons here per this size pot. So that's just sprinkled on, and then that will get watered in.
Okay.
Put that down the front, if you put that down the front for us please. And then if you can
Have a go?
have a go please.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, some potting mix in the bottom of this.
Yeah,
Up to approximately where we want the plant to sit.
that's
A
it.
little bit more.
A bit more probably, yeah. Yep, thinking that.
Check the plant for any weeds. There's none there. Oh yeah, is a bit root bound, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel it. Oh, there we go. So
Not
just
quite
tease.
Just a
just
nice
a little
gentle
bit.
tease. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too
Don't break
solid.
Don't want to break them off. We just
Okay.
want to just
Just tease
let
them out
them.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Able to move into the new soil. That's what we need.
And then just backfill that round.
That's right.
And then just tap it onto a solid surface.
Yep.
Just a couple of times. We probably need just a little more soil. How's that?
That looks great. Yeah. We'll just need some
Bit of fertiliser.
fertiliser. Yeah.
So,
And we mentioned the
Watering?
need to watering. These plants will be stressed from getting moved, so we need to make sure they've got the best possibility of de-stressing quickly.
okay.
Great job. And now where do you think we will put those for the first week?
Somewhere out of the wind.
Out of the wind, out of the direct.
Out of the direct sun.
Yep.
That's right. Just so, that
So,
we don't get too stressed.
If
for
we
the
have
first week.
availability of a shade house, maybe that's a good option for the first week,
Okay.
or a nice corner, as you say, out of direct sunlight, out of the wind, supported, and obviously we need to make sure they keep watered.
Okay. That
And-
sounds good.
Any questions?
No, I don't think so.
Thank you, Janine. Excellent job. Well done.
Thanks, Julia.